Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Knights of the Arcanum by Cloaks and Cape. First thing I want to do is start out by giving a thank you to Reliquary Records, who have done all the music that you're going to be hearing tonight on the stream. You can check them out on all of the major music streaming platforms, as well as to Critical Role, who created the world of Exandria, which our campaign is taking place in. Now, last time in the campaign, our heroes here were actual heroes. They were looking into the disappearance of some citizens of Rexentrim in the sewers, where they found a mad alchemist who was trying to rebuild his family, which also included 2 gelatinous cubes. They were able to talk him down with some words and swords and magic, and rescue those that he had kidnapped, but in the end he had thrown himself into a large hole in the sewer, and is very likely 99% dead. They went back to the Crown's Guard to gather the reward, and then took to Rexentrim for various reasons. Kieran and Leaf got into some shenanigans. Rosalind went with Leo to meet his sister and their friend Triv, who she knew from her world but was not able to meet this time. Well, Maeve and Hermia went back to the Flounder Pounder and found out that they actually have quite a bit in common as far as their current quests in life, as well as family expectations. At the end of the night, when everyone had went to bed, Rosalind was awoken in the middle of the night from her dagger of warning, which clued her in to the fact that someone was coming for her, but before she was able to respond, the assassin from days earlier had her at gunpoint, asking why she was in a dream with Mira, and then removed her hood to reveal that she was, in fact, Mira as well. But before we get to that, did anybody else have anything that they wanted to do before they went to bed that night?
Is this a trick question?
No, well, because we had basically just jumped right into like the middle of the night where Rosalind was. So if anybody wanted to talk to anybody else, do anything before you went to sleep, now's the time to do it.
I've said goodnight to everybody, but otherwise I would have done
Can
my
I
4
steal
hours.
Rosalind's alarm dagger?
That's going to be very difficult to do, considering that the dagger tells her when someone's coming to do stuff. So, no, probably not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, did anyone want to try and speak to the Oracle, do anything with your tattoo, speak to any patrons or talking sentient items that you might have? Stuff like that.
I have to wait like 5 more days.
I tell my sword good night.
Okay, he responds. All right.
He doesn't respond?
I said he does. He reciprocates. Okay. He reciprocates. All right.
Feed me, Seymour.
Leaf is just gonna stand in Rosalind's room.
That's creepy.
Okay, so nobody wants to do anything. Got it. Thank you. You could have just said that. Everyone but Callie, roll a d20.
Oh boy.
Why do I have to roll? I didn't do anything.
Oh, everyone but Callie, I'm sorry.
This is to determine who gets the creepy dreams that we insert ourselves into.
I rolled a 1. Whoops. Hopefully that's my 1-1 for the night.
10.
And Kieran's not here. Okay, so because Juxta brought that up, nobody gets a dream. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in then. Callie, you are at the end of a pistol. There is a rifle pressed right against your chest.
Rifle or pistol?
Pistol, sorry.
Okay, pistol. One of those is going to leave a lot bigger hole.
Yep. And Mira is at the other end of it, demanding to know, why was she with you in that dream?
So Rosalind's got her hands up currently at the moment and is just kind of staring wide-eyed at the last person she expected to see.
Yep.
And
she
like
pushes it against you a little harder. Why was she there?
Mira?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you saw? I don't know what you're referring to.
You were sitting around a campfire with her and 2 others that I've never seen before. Why Was she there with you? Who are you?
Okay. My name is Rosalind. I assume you don't know that name?
No, she cocks the hammers back.
Okay. You remember in the cave when you saw me for the first time the other day? I fell through a portal and into the cave?
That doesn't answer my question.
Nope, but it's going to. I'm not from this world. I'm from a different world. And in that world...
Mid-answer, she pistol whips you with the butt of her gun.
Ow!
You take... No, it's not gonna be a lot.
I don't have a lot of HP, so...
24 damage.
You
Alright, well, I'll
take
shot.
4 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Oh, I didn't actually get to heal last time either because we didn't finish the night's rest, so...
That is correct.
Alright, so I'm down to... Okay. Oh, she grunts.
You better think very carefully before you answer that question again.
Yeah.
Why do you know her?
Because she's my girlfriend?
What is your AC with nothing on?
Oh boy.
I think it's 10 plus Dex modifier.
I think it's 10 plus Dex. So for me, that's 11.
Okay, perfect. She hits you again. This time with enough force to knock you off the bed and onto the floor. Take another 4 damage. As you're reeling from the pain and reaching up and there's blood now coming from your mouth, you look up as she tosses one of her bullets down towards you, a little ball bearing, hits you in the chest, kind of rolls away. Next one's coming considerably faster. Where is Mira?
Are you not Mira? I'm so confused.
She fires off a round next to your head. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Holy shit.
Everyone
If that goes
else,
off, can I assume to hear it?
you are all startled awake as you hear, a loud shot rings through.
8.
8. All right, you are currently deafened.
Okay, so my ears are ringing, basically.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do you want
picks
from me?
you up and slams you against the wall. Where is she?
Can we react yet or not yet?
Yes, I assume you are all going to start to run in towards.
Yeah.
Sound.
She's not.
25 feet of movement, so I'll be first.
She's not here. She's in a different world altogether where I'm supposed to be. I don't know how I'm here. I don't get it.
She throws you onto the ground.
Yeah.
And is going to take a shot at you. Now that you are still kind of at her mercy, but a little bit more engaged, this will be with normal rules, which is disadvantage on the shot. Well, actually, make a...
I just want to put some clothes on.
Dexterity saving throw.
19.
Okay. So as she throws you to the ground, you're able to basically kind of duck into a roll, which is going to make... we'll give you a little bit of cover for that. Yeah. So you kind of roll as she throws you, as you watch the floorboards underneath you basically explode from one of the shots. At this time, Leo will say that you break through the door. To your right, you see Rosalind sort of on the ground, not quite prone, just sort of, low, making herself small, naked apparently. And on the other side, you see the assassin from the day before, except their face is uncovered, and you see a tabaxi. Would you like to describe to everyone exactly what Mira looks like?
Yeah. Mira is a short-haired, brown-haired tabaxi. Well, at least mine is. Hair down to about her shoulders. She looks like a full tabaxi, so she has more cat-like features than human, even though both her parents are half tabaxis. She has bright yellow eyes and a kind of a poofier tail.
Although you can't see the tail.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
As you bust open and look in, Leo, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
12 on the die plus 6, so 18.
Okay. So as you kind of come in and you look at this scene, kind of taking stock of it, you watch as the assassin quickly holsters that gun, reaches up behind her, and takes out another contraption that as she sort of flicks her arm towards you, it's on kind of like a hinge, and you watch as it comes up and locks into place, and you recognize this, though they're very rare, you haven't seen a lot of them, as a rifle. And she takes a shot at you in the doorway, which will be at disadvantage. Yep, that's a miss. As it goes off, you manage to just duck back out of the doorway in time to see a large portion of the door frame explode and splinter away as she then dashes for the window.
Can I make a reaction to run after him?
Yes, you can. We'll do opposing dexterity checks to see if you can get there before she heads out of the door, because she did have a bit of a head start on you after that blast.
Any of us able to arrive?
The rest of you are like, you basically come out of your rooms and are coming down the hall just in time to see Leo kind of like step backwards for a moment, and you hear the second loud bang, louder than the first, and splinters just kind of fly everywhere.
Okay.
So opposing dexterity checks?
Yep, so d20 plus your dexterity.
Okay, so that's 18 plus 4 at 22.
Oh, she got a 22 as well. All right, rollies again.
I'd say Rosalind's closer, so she'd also try to tackle her away from the window.
That one's
Rosalind,
better
make
at...
your dexterity check at disadvantage since you were still kind of on the ground.
That's a 19 plus 4.
Okay.
Mine's a 4, so.
You are able to just get your hand on the back of her armor as she's starting to leap out of the window. Leo, I need you to make a athletics check for me now.
I'm able to run in there.
17 minus 1. So 16.
All right. You're able to get a hold of her, and you get a really good sort of grip on her as she kind of like falls forward, and where you're holding her, the two of your weights kind of like balance her in and out. What did you get on your dexterity save, Callie?
4.
Oh, yeah, not very good. All right.
Well, it was at disadvantage. What do you want?
Yeah. Well, I saw the... Wait, hold on. You did 3 saves.
On
You
my
did not-
screen.
No, it's the Constitution, then the Dexterity the first time, and then
Oh,
the
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had her doing stuff. Yep. So the rest of you are all starting to pile into the room as Leo begins to pull her back, and then she turns towards you, Leo, puts her hand out, which is empty, and you watch as a small caliber single shotgun pops from her wrist, and she fires it off right next to your face. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
$13 plus 1, so 14.
Okay. So as it goes off, you hear ringing in your ears. You are temporarily blinded and instinctually let her go as you stumble back. What is everyone else doing as you come into the room?
Well, I was going to go to Roz, but seeing that, I think I'm actually gonna also try to. Let me just see something real quick. Someone else can say what they want to do first.
Yep, Hermia.
Leaf would use Thorn Whip to try to like wrap around the assassin and pull her towards us.
You could run to the door and maybe attempt to do that, not the door, the window. But after Leo let go of her, she was already kind of obscured from your vision with Leo in the way as well. So as you run to the window, make a... What's the range on Thorn Whip?
30 feet?
Okay. As you get to the window, make a perception check. Do you have any sort of dark vision?
No.
Make it with disadvantage.
The one time in history that question is answered no to.
No, all last fucking campaign, Levix couldn't see in the dark either.
Yep.
13?
very close. Oh, she gets advantage on that, apparently. Never mind. Actually, yeah, okay. Nope. Looking out, you unfortunately do not see any sign of her.
I'm gonna approach Roz.
Okay.
Roz is gonna reach over and grab a sheet off the bed just to cover herself.
Yep.
You're hurt.
The danger
Yeah.
seems to have
Oh,
passed,
sorry.
unless anybody else wanted to jump outside
I'm gonna
and try anything.
Go over to Leo and kind of nudge him with my foot. Be like, hey, are you alive?
I can't see, but I'm fine.
The ringing in your ear
Okay.
and your
Tabby
vision
cat.
begin to slowly come back. It only lasts for a round.
Leaf is going to leap out of the window.
Steve, what the hell?
Dexterity save, please.
What?
You should transform into a cat.
Robot just
mid-
jumped out the window.
I'm sorry, I can't. Oh wait. She looks to Maeve, and you hear her speak in your mind. Okay. Don't hurt her.
Whoa.
No damage, Leaf. You are on the ground now. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use one of my wild shapes to turn into a dire wolf, and I'm going to begin tracking her.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead
Puppy
and
doing a sniff.
make a survival check with advantage.
Do I see Leaf transform? Because if I do, I'm jumping out the window and following him.
You are currently on the ground with Hermia sort of checking or asking you. But if you want to follow him out of the window, you may.
Did Leaf just
Yeah.
follow after that person?
I mean, he jumped out the window.
Stupid robot. And I jump out the window.
All right,
Leo's jumped out the window.
That's fine.
Make a dexterity save for me, Leo.
It's just me, or does everyone in this party have a serious impulse control problem?
15 plus
Hold on,
6.
let me
I mean,
Okay, you land
I don't
safely
want to
enough.
jump out the window.
Okay, well you don't.
Leaf, what
Let
was
me
your
see
survival
Okay.
check?
So, is it survival? Oh, you said
Yes.
survival check?
Yep, because you're
Oh, okay.
trying to track her down here.
Okay.
That would be with the direwolf stats.
Actually, as a druid, I retain my mental stat, which wisdom.
Oh, yeah, nope, you're right. Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, sniffing around the air, you catch a scent of what you hope is going to be her, and you take off in the direction after her.
I'm
you
going
have a speed
to
of 50
stealthily take
feet.
off because I assume at this point she is completely out of my sight, so I'm going to try to sneak up on her best I can.
Okay, you will not be able to move your full movement if that's the case.
That's fine.
All right, so, I mean, technically you would, you just wouldn't be able to dash. You'd have to move at half your speed, but if you then dash, you can stay the 50 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so you see a wolf with a robot head take off into the darkness. Are you going to try and follow, Leo?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and both of you make stealth checks, please.
Hold on.
15 plus 8.
Okay.
Work? Oh, whoops.
It did, yep.
21.
21. So 21 and over 21.
23, yeah.
Oh, she is not trained in perception, but she's just running anyway. Okay. What's your speed, Leo? Ugh. Leo, you're having a hard time. Yeah, you're having a hard time keeping up with Leaf as he begins to pull ahead of you.
Can I just drop sneaking to dash and
Just
keep
dash
up with
after
him?
him.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, no. Dashing. Because you're a rogue, you have cutting action, so technically you can move.
It's a bonus action, so
Right. So technically, in a round, you could do action dash, move dash, bonus action dash. So actually, 45. So you're not lagging that far behind Leaf.
pretty good.
But
If I was
unfortunately,
fucking Doug Martin, I'd be faster than him
Yeah,
with 85 movement speed at
unfortunately,
level 5.
the assassin is moving quite fast, so you can keep on the trail if you'd like to, Leaf. And we'll go back to the others up in the inn room for now. So Maeve, Hermia, and Roslyn.
Roz, let me see your wounds. Can you tell me what
What?
happened?
Huh?
I kind of gently take your hand away.
The ringing has passed enough for you to at least be able to understand. and
Okay,
hear
okay,
from
okay.
you. It only lasts a round.
Where were you hurt?
Cracked me in the head with the gun.
I don't know if you want me to make a medicine roll. I'm just trying to kind of apply help and pressure.
Yeah, no, that's easy enough to do. It won't help her recover anything or whatever, but she does have 2 nasty bumps, and the skin's been broken on her head where she got pistol whipped twice.
Okay. I'm gonna be trying to apply some first aid things.
Yeah, she's just got a blanket wrapped around her right now. Oh.
I know. I understand you're wrapped. Were you hurt anywhere in your body? Any bleeding?
No, I'm fine. She just hit me in the head.
Who was that?
Her name's Mira. She was our assassin friend from the other day.
Mira. So she's the other one of us. Why would she try to hurt you?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry. Here, let me help you on the bed.
She had one of our weird dreams, and she saw me in it, and in it, I was with her because in my world, she's a very close friend.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me at least help you on the bed.
Yeah. She gets back up and gets onto the bed. Oh. She doesn't recognize me. Big shock. She's I don't know. It's hard to. We need to make sure the others don't hurt her. She's not a bad person.
Well, we'll see. She had a rifle and tried to shoot Leo last I saw.
I mean, who hasn't wanted to shoot Leo for a moment?
Hermia raises her hand.
We just met him. Anyway, I'm just saying she really seemed to hurt you.
She's scared, all right? She doesn't understand what's going on. I can relate. I don't... Trust me, I know her. I kind of know her.
What we do know is that she's part of our group.
Yeah, something like that.
So if we can perhaps calm her in some way, I'm not sure what the others are going to do all the way from here, but I suppose I can try to track them down.
Oh, she didn't seem too too interested in hearing what I had to say. Ow.
I honestly don't think either one of them is probably going to catch up to her.
Well,
I mean,
Maybe for the
she's
best.
been eluding the guards and everything.
Yeah, well, if she's anything like my Mira, yeah, they're not gonna find her. Fucking good at this shit.
well, then at that point, there's not much use in having a third person running around trying to look for her.
No.
Let's.
I mean, I know her. Is her name gonna be the same? Triv's is. Maybe we can look her up.
It's true, we can try.
Okay, so she tells people her name is Mira Quickstride, but it's not.
I mean, if that's what she tells people,
I know, would she go by that name? I think she would.
well, we can at least try in the morning. Did you say you're not wearing anything under the blanket? or
No,
did-
she does not sleep with any clothes on, and she was interrupted.
Why? You sleep naked? Why?
Why not? No one's supposed to come in my room.
That's fair. All right, just
I guess, but I mean,
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't have any pajamas with me when I fell through the hole. What do you want?
neither did I. I just freaking slept in my clothes.
let's
I don't want to sleep in chain.
Okay, let's just
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to judge your sleep choices.
Oh,
Rosalind,
okay.
you should probably stay awake for at least another hour if you've gotten a concussion.
Well, don't worry, I don't think I'm going to be sleeping.
Do you want to be alone?
Yes, I do. Very much so.
Leo and Leaf. The two of you, it takes you about another 15 minutes before you finally, and it's easy enough for you to follow with that roll, her scent, but eventually it does come to a manhole cover that is still completely opened. Once you hop down in, due to all of the smells and whatnot down there, it's a lot more difficult to track her, but judging by the direction that you have been running, and where the manhole cover is, Leo, you believe that she was heading into the Shimmer Ward.
Is there gang influences that I know in the Shimmer Ward?
The Shimmer Ward, within the inner walls of the city, is where the noble houses and guild leaders of Rexentrim dwell. There are beautiful gardens, museums to celebrate Zemnian culture, specialist merchants promoting unique wares. There's the debate forum here, although it's rarely used aside from holidays, where intellectuals like to challenge each other to arguments in philosophy and history and stuff like that. There's also cottages and tasteful estates behind tall fences and walls, and a pair of open squares that host the occasional galas when the local elite are in need of socialization. You have never been in there yourself, but you know of it.
Okay. Since I am kind of like tenured in tracking people, can I attempt to see if she's left any tracks in the sewer to see if she's hiding in the sewer, or if she's found another manhole, or is that going to take another hour or two of searching?
Go ahead and make a survival check at disadvantage to see what, if anything, you can pick up down in the sewers.
So the first roll was a 2.
I don't think it's going to get any better than that.
And a 13. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, when you do find the manhole cover release, both of you drop down in there. With Leaf's help, Leaf, even as a wolf, the scent of decay and shit and all sorts of stuff that you would find in the sewer is a bit too much and is overwhelming your senses. And there's not a whole lot that you can find down here either, Leo. But I will say that you are fairly certain that she's heading towards the Shimmer Ward. If she was going around it in any way, there were way better paths that she could have taken. So that's what you are able to ascertain.
Okay. I just head back to the Flounder Pounder then.
Okay.
Would the shooting have alerted the owner of the establishment,
so
or the guard?
We'll say that as you guys are sort of leaving Rosalind's room, by this point there's a lot of people who are kind of looking down the halls. Flounder Pounder is a pretty big establishment, 2 floors, well 3 floors technically. And Jeff does come up to see what's happened, and when you explain it to him, he asks if you'd like to call the guards, to the Crown's Guard at all.
Rosalind has by this point gotten a top and some breeches on.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
At one point, after everything's done, Kieran comes out, rubbing his eyes. What's going on out here? What's all the fuss about? Y'all woke me from my nap.
Someone tried to kill Roz and Leo, but we don't really care about that part.
Well, Leaf might be in trouble.
Oh. Is that bloody
Oh, Leaf jumped out a window. Jumped out a window.
All right, no, I don't want to hear
he's
it.
okay.
I'm going back to bed. And Kieran goes back
Good
into her
night,
room.
Kieran.
Good night.
Good night, Kieran.
Ugh.
Now, Roz.
Yeah.
You said you weren't gonna try and go back to sleep for the rest of the night?
No, she's gonna be trying to contact Saris or whatever voice she's hearing and ask what the fuck.
Okay.
Did we get 4 hours before this happened?
It wasn't a long enough break to where it would have interrupted, if you go back to your room and try to go back to sleep, Maeve and Hermia. Leo and Leaf, you two would have to sleep a little bit longer than normal, probably sleep in a little bit to get your full rest.
Okay.
Rosalind.
That's fine.
Okay.
You try to contact or talk to Saris. You get nothing but that voice from before, a little weak at first, kind of like it's wavering a bit or something's keeping it back, comes through. Is everything okay?
Mira is here and she attacked me. I'm running into people from my world.
You are in a different world. That makes
So
some
you're
sense.
You're from home. Yes, I'm on a world called Wildemount. Sorry, I can't even think of what it's called right now. I'm in a city called Rexentrum.
That means nothing to me, unfortunately.
Me neither. Wait, so you're still home?
I've traversed many planes, Rosalind. We've met once before.
Light?
Yes.
That makes sense. I need you to do something for me. I need you to find Mira and tell her I'm okay.
There's a hesitant pause. The work that me and Shadow do can't really be put on hold for something as I'll do what I can.
If you can't find her, if you don't have time, find my mom. Find our mom, I guess, and tell her.
Fine.
Thank you. How am I talking to you?
If you're on another world, I don't know how that happened, but the other day when I spoke to you for the first time, I felt a new connection after being visited by a presence I wasn't familiar with, but it was snuffed out. And then I could hear you.
Zaris, maybe. I haven't been able to talk to my quarry spirit since I got here.
Perhaps.
All right. Thank you, sister.
You don't sense the presence anymore.
Rosalind just kind of looks down and just kind of like lets her head thud against the wall. And she basically stays like that till morning.
Okay. You do not get the benefits of a long rest, but you do get the benefits of a short rest, so if you'd like to spend any hit dice, you may. Yes, Leaf.
What's the area surrounding the open manhole cover like?
That is still in the Mosaic Ward, which is where you guys are staying in the Flounder Pounder, so... Oh, excuse me. It's a sprawl of basically impoverished neighborhoods, hidden behind colorful banners, small fences that kind of segregate this sort of ratty residential district from the central thoroughfares and avenues. It's one of the biggest, or one of the bigger wards in the city. It kind of encompasses a lot of the southern and southwestern regions of the city. Hotbed for crime and violence. It's basically where when you guys were taken to the Crown's Guard headquarters, that was like right on the edge of the Mosaic Ward and the Tangles, which is sort of like, the working class sort of folks.
Okay. Is there what's the area like directly surrounding the manhole cover?
It was in like some back alleys, so it's kind of tucked between three large buildings, one of which seems to be an abandoned textile warehouse of some sort. One is a larger building that was sort of retrofitted to be like a an apartment complex, kind of deal, and the other one seems to be a business of some sort, pawn shop maybe.
All right, Leaf is just going to revert back into its automaton shape and just stand with its back against a wall and continue its long rest, staring directly at the manhole cover.
Okay. When you rest, are you in an inactive state?
No.
It says you must spend at least 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear as normal.
Okay. So, about 2 hours into your... No, well, so you get through most of the night. But once it becomes daytime... Wait, how long do you need to go for your long rest? It's not 8 hours, it's
6 hours.
6 hours? Okay. As the sun starts to come up and you still have a few more hours to go, there is a group of children that come down the alleyway and see you. And they kind of just spend 30 minutes watching. And then they leave. And then they come back. And as they approach, you can see that they have clothes and accessories. There's this big straw hat, a sort of button-up ratty shirt, and they begin to start dressing you while you stand here.
I allow it.
Okay. And then once they're done, they run off. But you do eventually get your full rest, as does everybody else except for Rosalind. And you can all meet up downstairs for breakfast.
Yep.
When Rosalind comes down in the morning, she looks tired, and she
make
looks
a
like
Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, right, of course.
Callie, you're really not good at taking long rests, are you?
6.
You have a point of exhaustion.
Oh,
Sleep is for the dead.
In my case, yeah.
Yeah, so when Rosalind comes down, she looks rough.
She comes down. She's got a bump on the head. She
2
looks like she
bumps.
hasn't slept much. 2 bumps, sorry.
We'll say you got 1 bump sort of on your forehead, just in front of the temple, which there's also a cut as well, and then you have a bruised and cut lower jaw as well.
So she comes down. Yeah, she looks very tired and definitely like she's been crying.
Would you like a coffee?
Yes, I would. Very much.
Want a cigar?
Yes, I would. Very much.
I hand her the one that I have lit and light me another one.
Yep.
She doesn't even seem to care.
At this
Leaf?
point as well, Leaf enters, and he's wearing a wide straw-brimmed hat.
Leaf is still staring at the manhole cover.
Oh, even after your long rest is done?
Yep.
You got it.
Oh,
All right.
okay, fair enough.
Leo, where's Leaf?
He climbed out of the manhole cover, walked over to a wall, and just started staring at it, and I didn't have the patience enough to talk to him. So I just came home and slept.
Did you figure out where she went?
She went up towards the rich people in the sewer, so we can track her down through there, but I don't know if we're going to find her on the other side. So
I cannot imagine Mira being with rich people.
Well,
she went that way, so...
Maybe she's working for one. I don't know.
Well, we don't know this Mira, but what we do know is apparently this is the assassin that we saw the other day. According to what Rosalind has told us.
She had a dream of me.
So she's one of us.
Maybe we should keep that part on down low.
Yeah.
She's try to murder it, of course.
She's the assassin.
Well, she's doing a bad job. Okay. Her name is Mira. She'll tell you her last name's Quickstride, but it's Small Paw, if it's the same as my Mira.
Small Paw. I'm just going to call her Tabby Cat, though.
She hates it if you call her that, so you will get shot. Although
she can
He
try.
already did get shot.
Correction. I was not shot. She
shot
missed
at.
Yeah. She can make me blind, but she can't hit me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine and all, but I am concerned about Leaf and where he ended up.
We can go check the manhole cover to see if he's still there, which I can probably guarantee.
Well, we might as well check. We're not going to be able to be welcome here for another free night.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of money. We could pay for another night.
How much is a night here?
1 gold a night per person.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. After everything calmed down last night, I was able to talk with someone from my world.
Oh, that's great. What did you learn?
Nothing, really. Just that my sister is able to talk to me.
Your sister? Huh.
Kinda. Half-sister, technically. I have 3 sisters. 2 of them, well, I've only spoken to her once before now. But, yeah, she's, it's really complicated, but suffice to say she spends most of her time in the Abyss. Do we have the Abyss here? Is that a thing?
Do we have an abyss here?
Yes.
Yes, not a place
Yeah.
you just visit.
No, yeah, she does a lot of work down there. Ow.
Is your sister a
No,
demon?
she's not a demon. She kills a lot of demons, though.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, I mean,
So
one of them
being
is
naked, getting
half.
pistol whipped gives you some kind of channeling powers with your sister? Like,
I don't know. No, listen, I normally can talk to my quarry spirit, but I haven't been able to since I got here, and for some reason I can talk to her instead. I think
interesting.
I'm not sure. When we fought yesterday, I attacked it. I attacked the gelatinous cube, and like a divine light shone down on it. Did anyone else see that?
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, I've never been able to do that before.
Oh, I assume that was one of your learned abilities.
Yeah, no, I've never done that before, but I was like when I fought, I felt like I could all of a sudden.
And that's why we cut off Paladin's hands.
Wait, why?
Oh.
just
Okay,
kinda
well,
look
I'm a
at
fighter,
Leo.
so don't worry about it. I just apparently can do that now.
Well, perhaps through the touch of the Oracle, you have gained something close to whoever your patron might be.
Or perhaps my sister is helping me. Although I guess she could be a patron. She's pretty powerful.
Well, at this point, anyone who is important to us. I don't really know how it works. For me, it is a goddess of my people, but maybe for you it's different. You are from a different world.
Yeah. Well, I told her to tell my mom what had happened, so hopefully, well, that could go either way.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Okay is a relative term. Yeah, I'm as okay as I was before. Leo, I don't know that I need to meet Triv. I don't think she's gonna know who I am.
Safe to say if 2 people don't know you and they have the same name, 3 won't either. But
Yeah, I don't think so.
Triv's a riot. You might get along with her here, though.
I got along with her well in my world. I don't quite get along as well with this Mira. Ow.
Well, this mirror might have had a very different life. We
Yeah.
don't really know exactly how these similarities with your world works. I mean, I imagine you've never heard any of us in your world.
Wait. If there's doubles of everybody, what if there's a Leo in Vano?
Well, I've never met one, but possible. Wait a minute. Leo, that's brilliant. If everyone, well, I mean, we've only met a few people, but so many in so short a time, is that a coincidence? Maybe there's a me here. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe your oracle was supposed to summon the me of this world.
Not me. They're not my oracle.
Okay, whatever. You're the one who knows them. Maybe they were supposed to summon the me of this world and grab the wrong me.
That seems like
Or another option is the me of you, or the you of you this world, or whatever, is dead. And
Well,
they
that's
had to
depressing
pull
thought.
you from somewhere else.
I guess we could maybe look up my names in any records, and we're going to the library, right?
that is the plan. Well, there's several libraries. The one I wish to go to requires some special access, which
And
hopefully I can acquire. But
let's hope you died in Rexentrum.
Yeah.
Because there's thousands of cities across the world.
Great. Sorry, I'm always told there only being 6. Okay. Well, if I could find either the me of this world or my mom of this world, my mom can traverse planes, or at least she can in the other world. Interesting.
Well, first things first, I would like to make sure that Leaf is all right.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. Where's Kieran?
Kieran wanted to sleep in.
Oh,
Are
all
you
right.
sure you don't need to take some extra rest?
She just downs her coffee. I'm good.
Very well. Sorry for worrying. I didn't say that. Well, Leo, can you take us to where you last saw Leaf?
Oh yeah, sure. It's just down the street. And I take him to the manhole cover.
Yep, so you guys take about a 15-20 minute walk and see Leaf standing in sort of like a back alley. There's like 3 fork in the road, but there's only 3 ways in instead of 4. And you see him standing with his back against a wall. He has on a wide brim straw hat, a ratty looking old kind of brown button up with a skirt wrapped around him, yellow with sunflowers on it.
While I've been staring at the manhole cover, has anything come out of it or gone into it?
Has not.
Good morning, Leaf.
Leaf, are you all right?
Leaf, why are you wearing that?
My goodness, what is this?
This one is fine. Kids have come across this one and dressed this one up in a silly outfit. No activity has come inside or left the manhole cover.
Is this where you last saw Mira?
Leaf wouldn't know who Mira.
You're right. The person you were looking for, who attacked Rosalind.
The last time this one has seen that character, they were falling through a window.
I see.
This is where her trail scent has left off.
I see. And Leo, you said this leads to the rich district, or are we already in the rich district?
Yeah, like if you just follow it like a couple 100 yards.
Yeah, so actually, from here, not when you're in the back alley here, but on your way to this place, you could actually see towering almost 3 times above most of the houses and buildings of this district, just this massive wall that sections off this part of the city from the Shimmer Ward.
Ah, good to see some things don't ever change.
How sad.
Although in your world, it was a 300 to 400 foot sheer cliff face that separated.
Yeah, but the message is the same.
Yeah, it is.
But it's funner to kick pores off a cliff. No.
Oh my.
How did you know we do that?
Pathetic.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
Can't even imagine anything like that. Well, I suppose if this is where we last saw her, I suppose we could do some digging, see if this person exists in any records. And if not, well, maybe she'll come back.
I got half a mind to march up to that ward and shout her name and see what happens. Ow.
Good luck getting over that fence and not dying.
Let's maybe take a steady approach. You did say that we were all impulsive last night.
Not talking about jumping out windows, but fair enough.
You
Fair
were talking
point.
about scaling walls.
No, I was going to go to wherever the door is to get in and try to enter.
I don't think they'd let you in looking like you just got beat up.
What, people never get beat up in the Shimmer Ward?
No, they're rich.
They hire other people to get beat up for them.
Okay. Fair enough, I suppose.
Don't you have armies in Venau?
Sure. I mean, kind of. Like, we do have, of course we have a standing army, but like, it's different because it's hard to march an army anywhere.
Also to note as well, in the Shimmer Ward is also where the castle is, where the king of the Dwendalian Empire, King Dwendal, lives as well.
Oh.
Which I
Very
figured there
important.
was going to be like guard and army people
Yes,
guarding
very-
everything.
Crown's Guard and Royal Brand, very, very heavily under guard there.
We don't even know if she's there. For all we know, this could have been a diversion to get us off the trail and has gone through other systems.
All right, you make your point. So what do we do?
Well, I think for now I'm going to continue with my plan and visiting the library and seeing what I can find there.
We could try to find a local tabaxi hideout, talk to them if they know of Mira.
If they'd
Because
be
all
willing to talk to us.
tabaxis know one another. Sorry.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, say let's go find the local human hangout or the local elf hangout and see if it sounds the same.
I'm sorry.
Shocked. That was a racist comment.
Well, in any case, it won't do much good just standing out here. We at least have a small lead, but I think we'll just have to watch Rosalind carefully, make sure that she doesn't try to hurt you further.
Yeah, sure.
Do you object?
No, I don't like the idea of people taking care of me. But I get what you're saying.
I mean, you have a mom, though. Didn't she
course.
take care of you?
Well, when I was a child, yes.
Oh, so when you grew up, she just didn't care about you anymore? I guess my mom was the same.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Well, we're all in this together, right?
Right.
And we're all figuring this out together.
Yeah.
So, if one of us falls, then that's one less of us.
Yeah.
It's like, I am not good at inspiring speeches.
All right, let's go to the library.
Robbie, did you mention, you had a character mention that, like, you needed some kind of, special, like, permission to get in the Cobalt Soul. Do I have this thing that's requested or no?
When you were in Port Damali,
Yeah.
and at the archives there, the archives is actually open to everyone. That's one of the tenets of the Cobalt Soul, is that information and knowledge should be free and available to anyone who seeks to better themselves. But because of the nature of what you're trying to look into, should that information exist, the friend that you had made there basically warned you that there is obviously certain information, certain knowledge that could be harmful or dangerous, and while the Cobalt Soul still believes in gathering all knowledge, not all of it should be available for just anyone to get their hands on. So depending on what you're able to find or what you want to look into, some of it may be readily available, some of it may be harder to get access to.
Okay.
Right. Rosalind.
Yes.
I was looking for weird shit.
Make a wisdom check for me as you guys are heading to the archives, which, Leo, you've been in town long enough, even if you've never been inside, you at least know where it is. You're leading everyone there.
A wisdom check or save?
Check.
Okay, does that come at disadvantage because I'm exhausted?
It does.
Spend an inspo.
Inspo to get a straight roll.
No. All right, 15.
15 is what you needed. As you're walking, there's something that it wasn't until just now that is kind of starting to stick in your head, and you don't know what it means, if you're just tired, but the way that Mira had said what she said when you were at gunpoint. Why was she in your dreams? Why would Mira phrase it that way? So, all of you head to the Court of Colors, which is on the western edge of the Tangles Ward. It is the largest of the three main plazas. The court is basically a winding knot of streets, each of which is wholly dedicated to traders who come from far-off places to sell their exotic wares. You see artists and performers, bringing sort of an air of lively celebration despite the gray and dreary skies of the region. Within this lively area here, as Leo walks you through the streets, that the Rexentrum archive of the Cobalt Soul is found. The exterior of the archive is a sight to behold all in itself. It's the biggest building in your line of view here by nearly 3 times those around it. The courtyard before it makes it stand out even more, as though the surrounding buildings dare not step any closer and instead just bow down before its majesty. Outside of the front of the building is the statue of an older woman sitting amongst a pile of books, reading peacefully to herself. You may all make a religion check, except for Rosalind, if you'd like to know who that is, perhaps.
I rolled an 18.
Yep, you do know who it is. Actually, you would have known from being at the other one as well.
Okay.
Leaf, you know. Hermia, you do not know. And
I don't
Leo
care.
probably doesn't care. Yeah.
Leo doesn't care.
This is Ayun, the knowing mistress, one of the prime deities of Exandria. The building itself is made of a white marble. It's asymmetrical in every aspect that you can see, rising up and up higher in the sky the closer you get to the main entrance. Large pillars frame the side of the front face of the building. It stretches back several hundred feet before it morphs into a large dome shape. The dome itself is of sparkling glass that reflects the sky above it. Ayun, like the stone, that is where it gets its name from. Callie, yep.
Cool.
As you enter into the archive, there are immediately shelves on all of the walls. Not a single inch of real estate is empty. You see people of all creeds, clans, and types, walking, sitting, quietly chatting, poor, rich, young, and old. The only ones who stick out to you are the monks, who are clad in blue and white robes. Further down, you see 3 desks that you must pass by before it opens up into the interior of the domed structure. What would you like to do?
Can I go up to one of the desks?
You can.
Is there someone there?
Yes, there is a young halfling woman who is sitting behind the desk in the blue and white robes that you've seen most of the other of those who work here. And she looks up and goes, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Hi. Are there are there birth records copies here?
Sure. Yep, birth records, the census information too. Is there I love it. Is there anything in particular that perhaps I could help you with? I could also find an archivist to assist. Are all of you together here?
We are. They'll have things that they need to find too.
Oh yes, I should probably get you an archivist to help you out. Is this your first time to the archives here in Rexentrum?
To say the least.
So you've been to one of the other archives?
I was in Port Damali not too long ago.
Well, that is quite the journey that you've taken to get from Port Damali to here.
Yes, I met Niles was the one who helped me in Port Damali, and he recommended that I visit here.
I'm not familiar with Niles, but that's fine. You probably have a little bit good idea, the grasp of exactly how to behave and respect here. No offense, as she kind of gives Leo a bit of a side eye. Here, give me just 1 second, and she hops down off her stool, and you see her sort of disappear back in between some of the shelves. She comes back out with a half-elven man, a little bit on the shorter side. He has a shaved head, which is covered in tattoos. On one side, it's sort of like a fire motif. On the other one, water. He has piercing green eyes, a chiseled face, but very sort of soft look and charming smile as the two of them walk up to you, and the halfling takes her seat back behind the desk and goes, "This is Dalen Vosh. He's an archivist that will be assisting you in whatever you need today." Dalen? He sort of bows to all of you and goes, "It's good to meet you. My name is Dalen," as she said. Might I get all of your names?
Rosalind.
I'm Hermia Storia. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Hermia. And Eladrin, I believe?
Yes.
We don't see your kind around here too much. And yours either, miss. Please, if I'm not being too presumptuous, but do you hail from the Pallid Grove by chance?
I do. I just left there to do some exploring on my own. I'm Ty Mavra.
Hi, Mavra. It's a pleasure to meet you. if you don't mind, it's actually been very exciting. Your people emerging in the last few decades here. We don't have a whole lot on really the Pallid Elves at all. So this isn't too forward of me. Once you're done, perhaps maybe we could have a chat. I'd love to ask you some questions to help fill out the information that we do have on your people.
She gives a very gentle smile. No, not at all. I've met one of your own in the Port Damali, and we had many of a sort of exchange of information. So you help me, and I am more than welcome to help you.
And Leaf, did you come? I assume you came with them as well.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Okay. And curiouser, an automaton as well, and
this one is known as Lichen Entropic Amplification of Fauna and Flora, or Leaf, an R66Y series automaton.
Fascinating.
How may this one be of service?
I'm sure we will. I already feel like I'm going to be asking you more questions than you're going to ask me. My apologies. I will try to keep this as professional as I can. And you, sir, he motions to you, Leo.
I'm just Leo, just their bodyguard.
Oh, well, fair enough. Well, sorry, don't let me keep you. Why don't we follow me inside? We'll set you up with a table and an area for study. If you need any parchment for taking notes, that can obviously be provided for you as well. And as he leads you in, now into the dome structure itself, it's somehow even bigger inside than what it looked from the out, with 10 floors of shelves that spin up into the door and sort of spiral out there further than what you can see from here. So he gets you a nice large round conference table down to one of the hallways is in an open area, and from this point you are free to look for and research whatever you would like. So who would like to start?
Well, if no one else will, I'll look for the dirty magazine area.
Oh my god.
I know what I'm starting with, so.
Are you doing this on your own, or are you going to ask Dalen for his help?
I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm not a creep.
All right. Make a investigation check at... Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
Sure.
With disadvantage. With disadvantage then.
First roll was a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so sad. Get another
Second
20.
roll was 19.
There we go.
Okay. So you are able to find a section that is at least close to what it is that you're looking for, and it's basically a whole like 10 by 10 shelf dedicated to the study of erotic practices, pleasure, basically like the Kama Sutra type stuff. None of the pictures or illustrations are exactly what you're looking for, but you can make do with some of the graphs.
Elaborated on exactly what I want.
Great,
Is there a intro to lesbian Kama Sutra that I can pick up?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right.
It's not for me.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah, it's not.
You
Drop hints to his sister.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you find that. Yeah.
Okay.
Lloyd, can I just say this? I have an NB sibling and a sister, and I would never in a million years buy for them an intro to the lesbian Kama Sutra.
I know. Leo is 200 years old in a an ex-slaver in all this, so he's kind of out of touch. I'm trying to go for the out of touch.
Fair enough. Mission accomplished.
You find the book. What now?
Can I check it out?
Yeah. You open it up and you start flipping through the pages.
He wants to take it from there.
Check
it out. Library.
Check it out. Okay, sure. So you head back to Daolin and ask how you check this out. And he kind of, first of all, blushes a bit and goes, I don't know that you're going to get as much use out of that as you think you are.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
Okay, he's blushing a little bit as well. This is your first time into the archives, Leo?
It's a bookstore, right?
It is not
Wow.
a bookstore, no.
You don't check things out of here.
The knowledge here is free for all to use and peruse, but the books do stay here. Now, if and he kind of
fine.
he kind of
I hand the book. You put it back.
Yeah, so he takes it, but he also kind of trails off a little bit and kind of closes his eyes, like preparing himself for this, and he's turning beet red. I may know of a place where you could go and purchase, I think, what you're looking for.
It's just gonna be a gift.
I'll bet it is.
Okay. So do you want to know or not?
And he's thinking a little bit just to make the guy uncomfortable. And yeah, no, it's fine.
All right, fair enough. And he leaves to go put it back. Leaf, what would you like to look for?
How many things can Leaf look for?
Let's start with one. Scurro, it was absolutely going to be that.
Fine. We will look. Fuck it. We'll look for anything on automatons or robots, such as Leaf itself.
All right, go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
I love how I control the chat and you guys at the same time with my board.
You control Scurro, okay? Okay.
It still makes me feel good.
So with a 16, and using getting help from Daolin, there's actually quite a bit on automatons. To an extent. Obviously, automatons of your nature are new within the last few decades to the world of Exandria. So where you find the majority of the information is actually located in the texts on golems, since there is a lot of similarities between the two of them. They've been used there's been all types of them that have been used for various purposes throughout history. Generally, though, they're created by powerful mages for those in powers. You do come across a book that is, for some reason, you're not sure if it's real, but it is in the nonfiction section, called The Daring Trials and Tribulations of Sir Terrian Darrington, a hero inventor from Wildemount who has an automaton sidekick that he built himself. Outside of that, there is some new information on the Automatons, who are beings of arcane and mechanical construction. You find out that about a decade or so ago, a group of heroes known as the Mighty Nine traveled far to the north to the ruins of Aor, and there they were able to reactivate an Automaton that went on to wake more and more of its kind, and they've slowly been traveling all throughout Exandria. Since then, more and more mages, as well as tinkerers, have started to do their own studies and research into the creation of automatons and golems of all types. So as a result, over these last few decades, they've started to become a bit more common, not just coming down from the north, but being able to study and interact with living automatons now. Other creators in various social structures and of various types have started to experiment with the creation of both new golems and automatons. If there's anything more specific that you'd like to look for, let me know.
Is there anything on my series, the R6XY series in particular, and or automatons that have a list of creators that are similar to myself?
You're not able to find anything related to your model. nor anything on Dr. Fernelius. I would say of interesting
I don't know that name.
note. What was your doctor's name again? Oh, right. Never mind. What is most interesting to you, though, is that there are no records of golems or automatons having abilities like you, or being able to use magic of their own. In the rare instances that they can use magic or have abilities beyond what is built into them, it's come from some sort of external power source, and it's very limited in its use. It's not their power that's doing it.
Okay. Thank you.
Rosalind.
Yeah, Rosalind is going to go to, is it Dalen?
Daolin.
Dalen. He's going to go to Dalen and just be like, sorry, I've never been here before. I've actually never been in Rexentrum before.
Well, that's fine.
Can you
We'll find you whatever we can, whatever it is that you're looking for.
I think I might have family here. I think some of my family might have been born here.
Sure.
I need birth records from 19 years ago and 120 years ago.
Okay. Well,
sorry, to be clear, my mom's an Eladrin, so she's been around for a while.
Okay, fair enough. My mother was also an elf, and she's going on 250, so I get it.
You get it.
Yes. So here, come with me. I'll take you over to where the census records are, and we can take a look.
Thank you. Excellent. Perfect.
Is 200 old to you?
It's getting up there.
Not for an Eladrin, but yeah, fair enough.
So go ahead and make an investigation check.
This I will spend an inspiration on to make
really
it so
really
that
quickly before anybody rolls anymore. One roll tonight while you're in here researching, you can have Daolin help you with and get advantage on. But because he's helping all of you, you only get the one time with it.
I'll use this one then to get advantage.
Okay.
I'll spend this and an inspiration to get advantage despite being tired.
Right. Yep. All right. Fair enough.
All right. Investigation. Oh, 19. That's about as good as I can possibly roll. Yep. Save for a 20.
So
right,
you
19.
Go through quite a few records, and you were looking for Rosalind Larist Chance and Evelyn Larist. Is that right?
Evelyn Larist, Rosalind Larist Chance, or Rosalind Nockerin, which is her birth name. Oh, and Mira Smallpaw while we're at it.
You don't find anything of Evelyn or Rosalind. You do find a few records of Mira's, specifically that are tabaxis. You find 3 of them in the past 50 years. Mira Stone, who by your account or by the records that you see is probably 80-something by now. There is a Mira Black, who is perhaps in her 30s. And then you also find a Mira Clay, who is 15 years old, and all of them grew up in orphanages.
Well, none of them have the right name, but I guess it's a lead. Can I make copies of those?
Yes, and Dalen also points out to you that, you're looking for Mira Smallpaw, you said. The last names that the 3 of these were given actually come from their orphanages. When you grow up in an orphanage, you don't normally have a last name, and it's given to you, hence Black Stone Clay.
Understood. Okay. All right. Excellent. There's not an, can I say, since it's a census record, is there not an accompanying death record for each of these, suggesting they're probably still alive?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Then I'm going to take down as much information as I can about the 3 of them and be ready to go to work looking for them.
Okay. Then let's see. It was Mira Stone, 80 plus. Black, 30s. Clay, 15.
Got it.
Maeve.
One more
Yes.
question real quick. The Mira who attacked me, how old did she look? Did she look just as I remember her?
Yep.
Okay.
Are we all gonna get a chance to do multiple things or just one thing?
No, you'll have a chance to do multiple things.
Okay, cool. I will start with requesting recordings of like the oldest recordings I can find of kind of creation stories.
Okay, sure. There are actually quite a bit just overall on the idea of, the creation myth itself, the creation of Exandria, documents, theories, discussions. There's like entire sections of winding bookcases that are related to this. Different cultures have creation myths of their own that eventually sort of converge with recorded history, but there's no true universally accepted story. But the ancient city of Vasselheim, which is on the distant continent of Othanzia, is largely considered to be the oldest surviving city, having endured multiple wars that have wiped out civilization every couple, thousand years, it seems to happen. And it also houses the earliest known temples to the gods and the earliest known records of history that survived the catastrophic war. But the most widely accepted tale of the world's origin is the myth of the founding, and it's the interpretation held and embraced by most of Wildemount, as well as all the other sort of lands of Exandria as a whole. Instead of reading all of this out to everyone, I'm just going to go ahead and, make an investigation check for me first.
Okay. Just a reminder, I get advantage on all investigation rolls, in case you're wondering why I get
You are a smarty pants.
19.
All right. Oh, I'm ready for Discord to be like, that text is too long.
Yeah, cut and paste.
Just read all this on your downtime. It's only going to be about 4 hours worth of shit.
I'll just read while y'all are doing your shit. I've got more, don't worry.
I'm glad Mercer actually writes a bunch of books, because this is coming from Mercer, right?
It is. This is all from the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount. All right, there you go. So that's what you find on the founding.
Thank you.
Miss Hermia.
Yes.
What would you like to look for?
I want to look up sentient weapons.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Can I have the guys help?
You can.
Okay. Get my other die. Here's my investigation. 19.
19. Okay. So yeah, you were able to find a bunch on sentient weapons and magic weapons. The majority of what you read and find does not instill you with a lot of confidence, as most of the documents and the theories and the discussion around the idea of talking weapons is normally one of two things. Either A, something becomes so powerful that it is able to attain its own sentience, which most people largely believe isn't necessarily a bad thing on its own. It can be, depending on what the artifact or the item is used for. If it's used for evil things, then that's sort of the personality ends up taking on. If it's used by heroes, it tends to end up having more of an alignment on the good side of the spectrum. But obviously anyone who gets their hands on it one way or another can still do wrong with it, even if it is a quote-unquote good item. The other, more troubling side is that a soul is put into a weapon or an item of some kind. In most cases of recorded history, when this happens, it's not a good sign because most people don't like having their souls ripped out and sacrificed into something else.
Mood.
Yeah. There's nothing specific that you come across. Daelin does inform you and warn you that sort of subject matter is in the, using air quotes, the restricted section, so to speak. But he does mention, just sort of like as an example, that there was 20 years ago a group of heroes in Vasselheim, actually, when Vasselheim was being attacked by a primordial giant that was resurrected from the earth, that the heroes that defeated the one who were responsible for that are rumored to have used an evil talking sword of that type. That is, I believe, the majority of what you were able to find on the subject. So, sort of the sort of takeaway notes from that is that normally, quote unquote, talking items or magical items and artifacts of that sort are classified as either gaining their sentience through accumulating enough power, or by having a soul sacrificed into it. Oh, the other thing that you come across is that you also read up a lot about items that are called the Vestiges of Divergence, which are special magical artifacts that were created by the gods and wielded by heroes hundreds of years ago, post-calamity in the Divergence, when the gods still walked the earth with mortals. Anything else on top of that, or anything else you want to further ask about?
How would one get access to the restricted section?
Daelin kind of laughs. Good question.
Just asking because of my feature for my background.
Oh, and what is your feature? What is this feature / background?
The position of power.
Can you read it to me?
I'll get out of here. Thanks to your noble birth, people are inclined to think the best of you. You are welcome in high society, and people assume you have the right to be wherever you are. Other people of high birth see you as a member of the same social sphere. You can secure an audience with a local noble if you need to.
Okay. Yeah, so asking Daelin about getting access to that sort of stuff, he kind of hesitates a bit. It's obviously not impossible. You can go ahead and apply for that. I might even be able to get that started for you. They are going to ask as to the nature of what it is you're studying, the why and the how, and then you will be assigned, if accepted, another archivist that is higher ranked than myself, and they basically stay with you the entire time. Is that something you'd like me to look into for you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, sure. I will do that just as soon as I get a free moment from the rest of your group then. All right. Leo, was there anything else you wanted to look for?
I'm gonna wait. Is he leaving us right now?
He's constantly going helping everybody else. So he's constantly here and away. So what
I'm
is
gonna
it
hold
you would
mine
like
to the
try?
very end when he's leaving us and shit.
Don't get us kicked out of here, please.
No.
Okay. Leaf, anything else that you'd like to look into?
I would like to do some research on anything on. We'll do a Maeve's Oracle entity.
She's not mine.
She's yours. Own it.
the mood we were smelling oracles, everybody.
Now, Maeve, you were also going to look up stuff on the Oracle as well.
Yes, would I be able to study with him?
Yes, so
Okay.
both of you can make an investigation check, or one of you can do it with advantage.
I already get advantage, so how do you want to do this, Leaf?
Go ahead and add, Leaf, what's your bonus on,
That'd be good.
No, actually, in that case, make your roll with advantage, and Leaf, make a straight roll.
Okay. Because I only add +1, but advantage is nice. 16 on my roll.
Okay.
Ted.
Okay. So this is probably one of the more difficult ones for you to research. Just going off the Oracle doesn't help you. The concept and the idea of an Oracle is something that has been present throughout all of history in multiple cultures, for multiple people, through different ages, for all the various gods. And as much as you study and look through things, look for references, nothing comes back concrete that makes you think that any of what you're reading is connected to or has anything to do with Maeve's Oracle specifically.
Annoyed. Your Oracle does not seem to exist.
I know. I was afraid of this. Unfortunately, I am not too surprised.
Rosalind.
She nods. Yeah, one more. Can you point me in the direction of some tomes on demonology?
Dale then hesitates for a moment. What exactly are you looking for in return in regards to it? A lot of the infernal and abyssal related stuff is restricted. There's a lot of basic cursory sort of knowledge that you would have access to here. I just don't want you to potentially waste your time.
I'm looking for a general listing and description of specifically flesh demons. It can be just a general overview. I don't need any specific details.
Sure.
Although if a picture is included, that would be helpful.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check and at disadvantage. And what is it that you're looking for?
Spend another
to that.
Yep. I am going to spend another inspiration. And you know what? Give me that dice. Give me that D20. I don't care if it killed Iris.
Okay. Here you go.
I am looking for any reference to Cebriax or Evelyn.
Okay.
All right. We'll take that for 13.
You're not able to find anything specifically, like any sort of specific names. When it comes to the idea of what you're looking for, you do find a single mention of something in a medical journal, or as close approximation as you can to one, a medical journal of a doctor or a physician who was studying the long-term effects of people who actually managed to survive in the abyss or in the hells for an extended period of time and came back to the prime material plane. In one of those accounts, there is a patient who speaks of the court of flesh, but nothing legible comes out of that.
Interesting. She nods. So, okay. Interesting.
Maeve.
All right. I'm gonna jump into my hyper-specific one if I'm allowed to.
Of course.
So I would like to do a general history of cataclysms and any patterns there are.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. This is the one time where I'm like nervous. 10. Fuck.
So you do find a lot of general stuff on it. The majority of stuff that you had already learned in Port Damali as well. I mean, there have been several cataclysmic level events, the most common being the cataclysm itself. which happened when back during the Age of Arcanum, when civilization had gotten to a point where certain sections of civilization started to question their place against the gods and whether or not they needed them or not. This led to the first major cataclysm, the Divergence. It was a massive war between the gods, the prime deities, the betrayer gods, various mortal factions on either side of them, and was ultimately what led the prime deities to extricate themselves from Exandria behind the Divine Gate. There's a lot of smaller ones that you read about as well. 25-30 years ago, there was a group of dragons known as the Chroma Conclave in Taldore that wreaked havoc all across the countryside. And you also come across the most recent battle at Vasselheim around the same time, where some of the names have been redacted, but an entity known as the Whispered One that raised a dead primordial from the earth and tried to march on Vasselheim and was stopped by a group of heroes.
Okay. Kind of a long shot. If I look at a map, is there anything, and I were to like tack on some of these events? I know the first one's like kind of worldwide, but
well, actually, the first one specifically, the major battle actually took place in what is now known as Xhorhas, which is where the Kryn dynasty currently resides. It's actually to the east of the Empire, over the Ashkeeper Peaks. There are large swaths of Xhorhas, which are just deadlands, basically, that even now, thousands of years after the battle, are still smoldering ruins.
If I were to attack these locations, would I see anything interesting?
No, there's not really any correspondence that you have to them. And the other two were nowhere near in size and scope, obviously, as
Right.
as the one in Xhorhas.
Okay. So they've been getting smaller each time? Would you say?
No, the one with the Whispered One was quite a bit bigger. Conversing a bit with Daeolin, though it's not mentioned or spelled out as accurately in the text, the Whispered One was a lich that was trying to ascend to godhood, which was quite a bit worse than the Chroma Conclave.
Okay. I'm just recording all this information down.
Sure. Hermia,
Yes.
anything else you'd like to look into?
Not like that's like accessible to me now.
Okay. I would say that during this, someone does come out to you, Hermia. Hold on a moment. Daeolin does come and get you and takes you to meet... Oh my god, stop reloading. All right, so Daeolin comes up to you and goes, all right, so good news and bad news. The good news is that I do have someone for you to talk to real quick to plead your case to see if you can have access to the restricted information. The bad news is that it is our High Curator, You have basically like a 30-second pitch before she makes up her mind. So come with me, please.
Wait, what?
Yep, just wait, come on. Yeah, no, she's
Okay.
very, very busy. It's both lucky and probably not unlucky. So Dalen takes you out of this part of the library and sort of into the back and takes you into a sort of small little sort of office room. And almost as soon as you are in there, another woman enters, an elf. Definitely looks older. You know, even as an elf is starting to sort of show signs of aging, you know, slight wrinkles, crow's feet, things like that. She has the most ornate blue and white robes of any that you've seen thus far in the archives. And as she enters, you watch as Dalen kind of gives a bit of a bow and goes, "Hi, Curator. Hermia, Astoria. Hermia, this is the High Curator of the Rexentrum Archives and the Cobalt Soul as a whole, Udalafan." And she's kind of like flipping through some pages and taking notes of herself, doesn't even look up at you. She's like, "I understand you'd like access to our restricted information on sentient magic weapons. Why?"
As you heard, I'm Hermia Astoria. I'm gonna butcher this own name that I made up. Sarah Nunes Academy at Xanthia. And someone from the academy recently came across an artifact that they believe might be a sentient weapon. And I've heard this library is a vast source of knowledge. And I figured I could look into it.
Yep.
To see if there's any additional information I can glean from your records.
When you mention that someone has found a sentient weapon, she does look up to you and sort of locks eye contact with you. "And who is this member of the academy, and what's the weapon? I assume you're going to share your knowledge with us as well?"
Yeah, Hermia's gonna fidget a little bit and said the individual is actually my twin brother, Leander Astoria. And it came into the form of a sword.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Deception. Ew. Oh wow. Okay. I thought I rolled bad, but 11 plus 6, 17.
She narrows her eyes a bit towards you. Describe this weapon.
Describe it. Well, it's a sword. But like it's pitch black. Completely black. And the blade itself kind of looks like a piece of the night sky.
Take your sword from its scabbard.
Damn it. Okay. Hermia pulls it out.
Assign 2 archivists to her, and Udalafan leaves. And as she closes the door, you watch as Dalen like breathes and just lets out this huge like breath, like, oh, that was intense. Your sword talks to you?
In confidence, if you don't advertise this, yes.
That's pretty cool and scary.
It's kind of full of itself.
All right, I'm gonna get you a room set up. Just stay here, and someone else will be by to grab you, and hopefully the 2 of them can help you on whatever it is that you need.
Okay.
Okay. I'd put that back in your scabbard as well, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Yep. And he leaves. Leaf,
We'll do one more thing. Looking up any information on a place called Vano and portals to other realms.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna need to be a good investigation roll. Oh, all right.
So you find nothing on Veno or any of the locations that you remember Rosalind mentioning, but there is quite a bit on, other planes, portals, such like that. Plenty of stuff on the Feywild, which is thought to be a mirrored version of the primordial plane, but more dream-esque, a lot more dangerous, a lot more sort of thought to be sort of like the spiritual side of the world. You read stuff about the Underdark, about the abyssal planes, limbo. You find graphs that sort of show the primordial plane as the center of the realms, and all of these other planes sort of exist around it. Planar travel isn't common, but there are plenty of studies of adventurers and mages and wizards who have traveled to them for various reasons. You know that in order to get to the Feywild, for example, there are multiple ways to get to it all around the world, and in order to do so, the portals only open at certain times and in certain places. You read about the elemental planes of water, fire, earth, and air, which are all across the world, but are also safeguarded by a group of people known as the Ashari. All sorts of different things. There's various avenues that you kind of continue to look and research, but none of them talk about a place of Vano, and very few of them, outside of talking about like how the Feywild is sort of a mirrored dimension, talk about other planes like the prime material plane. All the other ones seem to be completely different alien worlds, like the Hells, the Abyss, or these elemental planes.
Okay.
I will say, you do find a name if you potentially wanted to look up more of this outside of in the library here. But there is one document that catches your mind, a thesis on the idea of a multiverse, this idea that every time that we make a decision, that it gives birth to another timeline somewhere else, inaccessible to us, where our self made the opposite decision. And that thesis is published by a Terrence Gilliwog and Redrica Fury Scribe.
Terrence!
Alternate Terrence. This one's not corrupted.
I don't
Wait,
know.
who's Frederick?
You don't remember Red?
Probably wanted to be inside her.
Oh, yeah.
Rosalind,
That's...
Yes.
what else would you like to look for?
No, Rosalind's good. She's looking through the demonology tome at the table, and when she doesn't find what she's looking for, she like slams it shut and just curses in Abyssal.
Cool.
Bunch of people go.
Maeve?
I am a little frustrated that did not take fruit, so I'll go to another one of mine, which is looking up magical markings other than tattoos.
Make an investigation check.
12.
You don't find a whole lot. The majority of what you find does seem to be tattoo related. Occasionally there are stories of chosen ones, but none of these stories seem to include people mysteriously or magically having these marks after being chosen. A lot of them seem to talk about destiny and fate and being born with these birthmarks that are said to herald or point to some meaning of greatness or other, but nothing that seems to really catch your eye or seems to have much worth.
Okie dokie. Cha.
Besides Hermia doing more research on her sword, is there anybody else that would like to look anything up?
Nope.
Rosalind's good. I think Leaf was good. Knave?
I just want to talk to the dude as soon as we're leaving.
Yup, okay.
Did anyone see me walk away to completely different area?
I assume that Daolin would have went back and let your friends know that you're
Okay.
seeking access to the restricted tomes.
Robbie, can I just do, because I'm not super familiar with the whispered one, can I just look into that?
You can.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to mean anything, but we're gonna try.
When you ask Daolin for
sorry.
help,
Yep.
nope, your roll is fine. He tells you, no, that is all like we have the public stuff, then we have the restricted stuff, then we have the restricted stuff. I will if you'd like me to, but please don't ask me to ask my bosses for access to that.
Classic.
I will sigh a bit and nod. Very well. I will not put you in that position.
Yeah, it's 8:58 and we close at 9 o'clock, so you can ask me to make you food, but please don't ask me to make you food.
No, it's more like most people coming in asking about that. We treat hostily.
Oh,
Because
very well.
the Whispered One nearly destroyed the world.
Right. I'll just offer if he wanted to talk with me, that is an offer if he wants to do that later.
Yeah, and when you say that, his eyes light up. He's like, that would be tremendous. The last time that we had one of your kind was, I think, 2 decades ago, and that was obviously before I started working here. So to be able to add more to what we already have would be amazing.
Do you know the person who was here 2 decades ago?
I mean, there were a lot of them that were, I believe. Give me a moment. And he vanishes for a while. Then comes back. So one of the ones who was able to talk to the other one who was here back then is an expositor now, so is currently not on the premises. Is there a reason?
I just like to. I was just curious of who might be around. There's someone actually who I know has been traveling for some time. I don't know if she would have stopped by here, but
I mean, it's very, very rare that we see one of your kind. Again, since the emergence, you're only the second one that I'm aware of anyway that is came in here.
The person you said who had seen the last one, do you know? You said they're not here anymore?
Correct. Well, their responsibilities take them out of the archives and into the world.
Oh, do I know anything about that? Or no? I know about reading about it, but I don't know if my character knows.
Make a history check.
Okay. I know out of game. I don't know if I know in game. 19. Why couldn't I have got that earlier?
Yeah. So, you know from your time talking with your friend in Port Damali that expositors are field agents for the Cobalt Soul. It's basically their job to go out, finding information, confirming stuff, finding artifacts, things like that, and bringing it back to. Think like Indiana Jones meets James Bond, warrior, monk, spy type stuff.
I give a knowing look. Ah, I see. Well, I suppose that they will not be returning for some time then.
Right. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind talking to me, it seems that the majority of what we have wasn't a lot with this Lysandra who came in last
I'm sorry, with
time.
who?
According to our records, the Pallid Elf who had came in before was a Lysandra. She didn't give a whole lot of info though.
Do we notice Maeve getting very interested?
Does anyone have a passive perception above 15?
No.
I do.
Leo notices.
Okay, great.
Where? Do you know where she went after she came here?
No, I wasn't here.
Right, of course.
Yeah. But from the notes that we have here, it seems that she was looking into something that I think might have not gotten her in trouble, but she didn't stay very long and wasn't as forthcoming with much information about her culture. I think she was looking for something.
See, you have no idea what she was looking for, or who would know that?
It's not noted here. Make a perception check, or sorry,
Yep.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion, you got it. +0. I'll do.
Hell yeah.
I'll do. I've got plenty, so let me take it. Not plenty, but I've got inspiration. I might as well use it.
What
All
if I run up and stab him in the kidney? How much would that affect her persuasion?
Oh my god. That is not how you persuade people.
But knives
Alright.
usually do persuade people.
It would persuade me.
That's
It
One.
would persuade them not to tell you anything.
What did I get? Did I only
15.
roll once? Oh, okay, 15. Please. Give my big brown eyes that have very large pupils.
Give me a moment.
Thank you.
And he disappears for about 10 minutes.
She's just biting her nails, and Luster is trying to comfort her.
You doing all right over there, Maeve?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah, you seem fine.
We may have an answer, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh. Well, that's good, because
Um,
this book is useless.
He eventually comes back with an elven woman, also in the same robes as those, and comes and he comes and goes. This is Archivist Yasin Diora. She was around back when this Lysandra was here. Perhaps any questions she could answer for you. And she kind of
Yes.
comes up, very sagely looked to her and goes, "What can I help you with? It's not often that we see your kind so far from the Pallid Grove."
No, this person's important to me. When she came here, what was she looking for?
Information about creation. She seems to have thought that the gods themselves had a creator first. You can imagine that, especially here in the Empire, such ideals are blasphemous, to put it lightly.
Right.
She was
of
also
course.
not very tactful in her approach to trying to gather this information, and she did not stay with us long.
I see. So, do you know where she was going to go, or where she was headed to?
She did not say, and it was a very long time ago.
I see. Did you give her any information, or was it too
She had
blasphemous?
access to all of the information that you do here on the creation myths, including the founding of Exandria.
Right. What was she like when she was here? Did she seem off?
It's difficult to surmise that, having not met many of your people, but she was driven. She studied here for hours on end, barely giving our archivist time to rest between their own shifts. Troubled, I think I remember, and haunted, I would say.
See. Thank you. I appreciate the insight. Do you know if she was interacting with anyone outside of the library?
I'm afraid I do not.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
And she takes her leave.
Don't know if there was something else I should have asked. But I'm a little more subdued, but I will offer to answer whatever questions I can for Dylan.
Sure, and he asks you all sort of questions from daily life to culture to what it was like, before the emergence as well. Just all sorts of general questions, getting specific on some stuff. He also invites over a few other archivists to join him, and they all begin taking notes as they're chatting with you.
Yeah, Maeve answers all questions she can. She admits that she was born after the emergence, somewhat embarrassed, and is otherwise kinda a little overwhelmed with the attention as she tries to answer as best she can.
Sure. Hermia. Go ahead and make another investigation check. This
Okay.
time with advantage since you have the aid of 2 archivists.
Okie dokie. Investigation. Dirty 20.
Okay. So, you are able to find some more specifics on some talking swords. The first one, since you had a little bit of a line on it, was this sentient sword that was used with the in this great battle with these heroes several years ago, and that was a sword known as the Sword of Cass. A sentient black longsword, similar to what you have, except yours isn't quite classified as a longsword. Once wielded by a being known as Kaz the Bloodied. He actually rebelled against his master, who was a lich. And after his death, the sword actually went missing for no one knows exactly how long, until it reappeared recently. And it's thought that upon his death, that his soul was either absorbed into or was somehow bound with the sword itself. There is another one that you read about that was discovered by the Cerberus Assembly, by an Archmage of Antiquity decades ago, called Craven Edge, that vanished around the same time that Cerberus Assembly member ran out of Wildemount. There's not much that is known about it, but the more that you read and the more that you look into it, sentient weapons, or the idea of them, begins to frighten you. Even those made with the purest of intentions all seem to lead down the same road. Looking a bit more into the Vestiges of Divergence, those don't seem to be sentient in the same way that these other ones do, where they don't actually have sort of personalities or they can talk to you, but they seem to have a mind and a will of their own that influences those who wield them. Those seem to be a bit, and I say this with air quotes, safer in the fact that the Vestiges of Divergence that were made by the prime deities seem to help those who wield them. Heroes do good. And the Arms of the Betrayers, which are essentially the same thing but made by the Betrayer gods or for the Betrayer gods, tend to influence those who wield them in negative ways. You have any
Okay.
further questions?
No, not really like anything that like I was so much looking for beyond that.
They
But
also,
yeah.
as this is happening, ask you questions about your sword. Ask you how often it talks to you, the type of things it says. They attempt to talk to it if you will let them.
You want to talk to you want to talk to it?
We'd like to try.
He's kind of rude, but you can try.
So when they take up the sword, it goes from this, like you said, when you're holding it and looking at it, you can kind of almost see the night sky in it. There's a twinkle of a star here or there. When they hold it, it seems to lose some of that shine, like it's more of a matte black than the way that it seems to live in your hands, and does not speak to them.
Sorry about that. Usually I can't get him to shut up.
Was there anything else that anyone wanted to look into, ask, or talk about?
Nope. I am looking mighty distracted myself. Well, Mavis, I should say.
All right. After all of this, by the time that everyone is done, it is very late. It is dark out. Leo, what did you want to ask of Daolin as he's helping everyone wrap up? He's sort of,
jeez, we're gonna get banned.
he's piling all the books back up, and people are starting to take them back to wherever they go.
Oh, I was just gonna like help him with a stack and walk with him. I'm like,
sure,
okay,
easy enough.
Like, and I'm just gonna get really like not really close to him, but whisper. It's like, okay, can you give me that address?
Yes.
Thank you.
You are looking for a place. It's new. Actually, just opened a few months ago. A chain that started in Zadash, I believe. But you're looking for Chastity's Nook.
Chastity's Nook. That's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I think I worked in that brothel for a while.
Roz?
It's a bookstore.
No, not Roz.
Oh.
Oh, it's a bookstore. Got it. Okay.
Yep, but he gives you general location of it as well.
I hand him 2 gold and it's like, we never talked about this. And I
That's-
walk
no,
away.
He pushes your hand back. I agree.
As Herbie is leaving, like, do they seem like okay with just letting her leave with the pocket sword?
They're. I mean, yeah, they don't try to take it away from you, but they are with you at all times. So when you're ready to leave, they escort you back.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like as I'm leaving, like heading towards the exit, like are they like like okay with just me leaving? Like
yeah.
Okay. Hermia like uneasily like rejoins the group. Bye, I think I'm ready to go.
Mavis pacing when we get out there, kind of waiting for everybody to gather again.
And Daolin takes you all to the exit. Thanks you all for your time, and also says, and Mr. Leaf, if you ever come back around, I'd love to sit down and spend some time chatting with you as well.
Affirmative.
As we get outside, Rosalind is like, okay, so I'm just going to say Vano has a big library, but that's an impressive library. Not that I've ever spent much time in one, but...
I don't think
Reminds
this
me
is
of
the
home.
biggest bookstore, to be honest.
I don't think
It's
it's
not
a
a
bookstore.
bookstore. It's a
It is.
library.
It's the same difference.
It's not. If you try and buy books out of there, they are not going to let you.
I used to do it as a kid. Well, not out of this one, but...
Okay, that's weird. I think we should leave town. Just never come back here.
Okay. Maeve,
Why?
how we doing? You've been looking pretty down since we got out of there.
My sister was here.
Is that good?
I had seen the Oracle in my pilgrimage, as I explained. I have reason to believe that my sister saw the same thing, but she seemed different after hers. She seemed almost mad. She kept talking of these things that we've mentioned before, but are trying to keep on the down low, and she was practically excommunicated.
But not good.
Well, but I think she's what I need to look for. If anything, she's been on this journey longer than me. She probably.
Great. So we should leave town.
But I don't
is
know
what
where
you're saying.
I don't know where she is.
Oh well, she's not here. Is the main thing.
Hermia, why do you want to leave town so bad? What did you find out?
Oh, it's not so much what I found out, it's so much what like other people have now found out.
Oh, okay. What did they find out?
Well, see, they know that my sword talks.
It does?
Yes.
Yes, it does. It's strange. We can't hear it, only she can.
Oh.
So I guess she isn't a psycho. That confirms
Oh my
it.
god. Okay.
You're
That's
not
uncalled for. Anyway, these people that run this library, I don't want them to be like overly interested in me or like bring up my name and the sword, and I don't need anybody coming after me from my home.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Well, I have a couple of leads on Miras in this town, so I don't think we should leave until we investigate that.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately, none of them are the right age, but at least it's a start.
Well, it's something.
How about we go back to the Flounder Ponder and get a room for the night since it's dark out?
Okay.
I'll use it from our group stock.
All right, so we'll make our way back to the Flounder Ponder.
Okay.
So for 5 people?
6
Oh,
people.
6, sorry.
When we get back, Rosalind will go try to talk to Jeff and see if he knows anyone named Mira.
Yep. He does not.
Okay.
Has he seen tabaxis?
You've seen plenty of tabaxis, yep. So yeah, by the time you all do eventually get back, it's probably close to like 9-10 o'clock. It was definitely a study day.
Perhaps those of us who don't need as much sleep should take some watches for Rosalind's room.
Yeah, I only need 4 hours of sleep, and
Or maybe
before
Lee
you get
could
embarrassed,
stay with
I've
her.
seen it before. No worries.
Lee
Rosalind
could stay with you.
No, it's fine. I like my own room, thank you.
Okay.
This
Fair
one
enough.
can stand motionless in the corner of your room.
That's
What if
not
he
helping.
stands? What if he stands outside your door?
We could probably get half off on Leaf's room.
I would like to be able to have some privacy and try to speak to my sister, so no, that's okay. I'll be fine. I have my dagger to warn me, and if I see her again, I'm not gonna wait to throw a punch. I'll even sleep with some
And
clothes
you
on.
went half deaf, and I went half blind because of a tabby cat.
Yes. I didn't expect her to have a gun. Where I come from, she has a dagger. Don't get me wrong, she's very good with it and very lethal with it, but she doesn't have a gun there. It caught me a little off guard. You think 2 nights in a row she's going to sneak into my room and try and assassinate me?
I mean,
I mean-
that's not
Affirmative.
really the smart decision, but I mean,
I've met stupider criminals.
For the love of fuck. All right, someone can
I don't
position
think she-
outside my door if they want to.
We can do shifts. Leo and I can do shifts.
Great.
Do you want
Alright.
first watch, Leo, or do you want me to have it?
You can have first watch on Perky Tits here, and I go to my room.
what does that even
Rosalind.
mean?
Rosalind goes like kind of covers up her chest a
Leo.
bit.
I'm sorry for him.
It's fine. It's far from the worst thing that I heard back home.
What?
Oh my.
People don't know. when you go through the lower sections of a note, people say their opinions.
See.
All right. Well, as you all rest up for the night, take
I want to talk
watches
to my
to your sword, of course.
patron tonight. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So in your bed, you take the sword out. Today was disappointing.
Why is that? Why are you disappointed?
Because you took me out of my scabbard and I didn't get to cut anything.
Okay, but that's not all life is.
I'm a sword. That's all I've ever known. That's what I was designed to do.
You're not instilling a lot of confidence in my overview of your personality.
Look, I'm a
Are
tool.
you an evil
tool-
sword?
What?
Is Craven Edge like your brother?
I don't know who Craven Edge is. All I know
What?
is that I was built for war. So that's what I aim to be used for. It makes you feel any better, you can use me. Look, when you defeated those didn't really defeat them, but when you fought those oozes, you were doing so to protect the innocent, right?
Yeah.
Is that evil?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so find us a dragon that's terrorizing a village or something, and we'll cut it.
Oh, so you're like kind of like the glory of battle type thing, are you?
What else would you use a sword for?
Well, I don't know, cutting vegetables? Not saying I'm going to, I'm just saying that's like an option for people. Do you think people are gonna come after us knowing that they know about you?
If those librarians wanted to take me from you, they could have. But they didn't. Just maybe don't go around telling everyone that you're carrying around a magic sword that can wreak untold
Well, I tried to lie, but I'm just
upon
bad
its
at it.
foes.
I can't help it that I'm bad at lying.
Who was that name you mentioned in there?
Leander, my brother, I told you about him.
I suppose that's probably why it sounded familiar.
Do you not pay attention when I talk to you unless it's about, like, stabbing things?
You talk a lot, Hermia.
I do not!
Aw.
You could stand to talk a little less.
Wow, you sound just like my mom.
Oh God.
Jeez.
It goes quiet.
Hermia just kind of, like, pouts on her bed.
Can I talk to my cigars now?
You can certainly try.
So I guess when Rosalind gets into her room and has gotten to close the door, she is not going to sleep naked tonight, just in case there's another incident. She just sits on her bed and a little bit more composed than last time she tried to do this, just like, Light, are you there?
There's a long pause. What is it?
Sorry, I was a little frenzied last night. I almost got shot. So I actually wanted to just see if I could ask your advice.
Be quick about it.
As someone who has spent a lot of time traveling to different planes of existence, what do I do? I showed up here with a magic tattoo on my back, and supposedly I'm part of a destiny and an oracle, and I don't know what any of that stuff means. I'm supposed to lead a group of adventurers. This is not that.
Do you believe in destiny?
No.
And just do what feels right.
Okay. No, thank you.
You feel the presence leave.
She shakes her head and just pulls up her covers to go to sleep. dagger of warning under her pillow.
Yep.
During my first watch, as I'm kind of trying to be nearby Rosalind's room, I'm not really going to do anything, but she will kind of mentally somewhat, I can't do the oracle thing, but she'll just kind of mentally more of pray to the Moonweaver for some kind of guidance, because she feels very lost. But not really expecting much of an answer, unless there is one.
Okay, sure. During your watch, a server comes up the stairs and knocks on Kieran's door. Door opens. They walk in and sit down. You see Kieran looks out. Anyone else get shot tonight?
Well, we're trying to make sure of that. How have you been?
Fine. She ducks back in the door and it shuts behind her.
Okay.
And the server's kind of standing there with their hand out as the door shuts.
I'm sorry, were you supposed to get a tip?
Normally. She turns
I
and
give some
leaves.
silver.
Oh, she nods appreciatively and walks away.
Apologies for my friend. 4 hours later, I'll get Leo up and do my rest.
Anyone shoot Perky Tits?
Leo.
Jesus with you.
Before your watch comes, you have a dream. In it, you are sitting on a bench in a park. It is gorgeous. It is probably one of the most beautiful sights you've ever seen. Trees that look like they are both simultaneously somehow in the midst of fall, spring, the middle of summer. They are lush and green. There are auburns. There are some that look as though they are covered in snow, but it's warm. It feels beautiful here. There's a lake stretched out before you, and beyond that, a city like nothing you have ever seen before. You hear a voice behind you. I thought that I would find you here, and you watch as an Eladrin climbs over the bench and sits down next to you. He has a blue hue to his skin. His hair is sort of like a white, black, but with hints of white to it. He looks familiar, and you can sense that this is your brother. You know, when you run away after being scolded like that, it just proves their point.
And your point in showing up here?
Besides the fact that I love my sister, you missed your lesson. So I'm here to make sure you don't fall behind.
What lesson did I miss?
Sword play. Did you skip breakfast again? Because you get a little on the side when you don't eat. Is that what this is? Because I can go and grab you a sandwich if you need me to.
No. Just look out. Look how beautiful this is.
Yeah?
Why do we need swordplay?
Because you want to get out of here one day? See the world?
But why?
Did you fall on your head?
No, but yeah, let's go get that sandwich.
All right, sure. And two, you walk off into the city as you are suddenly shaken awake by Maeve.
Leo.
What? I'm not hungry.
What? No, it's your watch.
Oh shit, I don't normally sleep. I was just meditating.
Did something happen?
Just a weird dream. I haven't had one of the.
What'd you dream of?
My brother came and got me because I missed a lesson.
Weird. Do you have a brother?
Yeah.
Oh.
This wasn't your real brother, Leo. This was someone you've never seen before.
Oh.
Make a wisdom check.
Really confused.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, like how, you know, sometimes you're in a dream, and when you wake up, you don't recognize them, but in the dream, you still like knew who they were.
Yeah.
All right, 17 on the die. I think it's +2.
Also, according to your backstory, you do not have a brother. So
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I'm like, brother, what the fuck?
so as you think about why that person was familiar to you, he looked like Hermia.
Apparently, Hermia's my brother, but like, my
Wait,
sister is my only sibling.
wait. Rosalind had a dream about my sister, that she was me. It was a memory. You must have had one of those too, but of Hermia.
Well, we were in a beautiful place, and I was supposed to like go sword playing, and I don't know, like I used daggers.
Well, I think you were reliving Hermia's memory. That's what we seem to be going off of right now. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
This dreaming shit isn't good. Like, it don't happen often for me.
I understand. I don't really know what it all means, but it means we're connected. I guess you're one of us for sure.
Fuck this tattoo. Did anyone shoot Rosalind?
No. The only strange thing was a servant came by to drop Kieran some stuff, and Kieran shuffled away back into his room pretty quickly without paying. So I helped out.
Wait. Someone... Okay. I'll keep an eye on Kieran, too.
Fair enough.
I'll head out of my room.
And I'm gonna go meditate.
Okay. So during the rest of the night, well, all of you are in stasis mode, sleeping, or meditating. You blink just for a second, Leo, or anyone else who's awake or meditating, and you are in a black void. And you see each of each other, equally spaced out in a circle, and before you, once again, you see the Oracle, facing each of you. She speaks. There is no knowledge that will satisfy your query adequately. The answers you seek do not have simple explanations. I shall endeavor to translate what you seek so that you may understand to the best of my abilities. The Architect is returning. The worlds you know and don't are set to be remade.
Puts a hand up. Does that include my world?
She nods.
Oh.
Why us?
Why not?
Because I'm just a petty thief?
All greatness starts with humble beginnings.
I'm just humble?
Where must we go from here? Surely my sister must be involved.
You must seek out places of great change. The world rotates on order and chaos. Your kind sees them as opposites to one another, that one must overcome the other. But like night and day, they will always exist, interchangeable. It's what's in the center that matters. Change. And as each plane, each world, and each timeline begins to collapse and converge on one another, they will start to seep one into the other. To save this world, you must stop those, just like you did 2 days ago.
That was another world seeping into ours?
It was.
Aren't
Okay.
you doing that with your own magic, bringing Rosalind here?
I did.
So aren't you part of the problem?
Yeah, and why me? Why not the Rosalind of this world?
There is no Rosalind of this world.
Well, that kind of sucks.
I was created by the architect, just like all things were, to safeguard this world. It's what I was programmed to do.
Programmed?
Like the robot?
That is an adequate metaphor.
Oh. Do you know why I can still contact my sister back in my world?
Cirrus sacrificed herself to connect the two of you.
Well, all right. If to save my home, I have to save this world, then fine. I'm in. It's what the Fortuneers are for.
The survival of all planes and timelines is not guaranteed. The process has already begun.
But I have a better chance of helping my world helping this one, right?
There is no knowledge that will satisfy your query adequately.
Great.
This happened once before in a time known to your people as the Calamity and the Divergence. There was a group of 7 just like you, known as the Knights of the Arcanum, who helped to stop it. But the consequences for their success, as you know, was grave.
There's something we should be doing differently?
Your journeys have only just begun. Seek out great change.
Well, at least we figured out what our group name's going to be.
Great change?
No, the Knights of the Arcanum.
Oh. Good as name as any, I suppose. Better than the Fortuneers. I'm just saying we're a little different.
It's fine.
It's fine for your group, it's just a little needs something a little different for ours. That's all I'm saying.
You guys make a cute couple.
Don't even with you.
Use the gifts bestowed upon you by my mark.
Oh yeah, is that how we were able to close that last portal?
It was. The stronger
So-
you become, the stronger the marks will become, bestowing upon you further gifts, further powers.
Well, suppose we need to make a name for ourselves.
All
Oh,
right.
we already
Fine, great.
started.
Well, if we can't find great change, I suppose we'll just make great change.
You got it. Kill the king.
I did not say that.
That's what I heard.
I did not. Do not put words in my mouth.
All right, everyone, you heard her. Maeve says kill the king.
I did not say that.
Murder about time.
All of you suddenly awake.
Damn it, Rosalind!
You hear echo through the halls.
Rosalind just laughs from her room. I told you no one would try to assassinate me 2 nights in a row.
Well, we want to make sure. You're welcome.
The window.
I bust
creaks
in
open.
with my knife.
Rosalind looks up, dressed this time. Okay. Well then.
At least you're prepared.
Yeah. I said no one tried to assassinate me 2 nights in a row. Is your hearing going, old man?
I'm trying to now.
Oh.
And I just put my dagger away and go back to my room.
I don't.
Okay.
Just kind of look around, make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah. Rosalind's gonna go back to sleep. We'll talk in the morning.
All right, and from there, we will go ahead and wrap up tonight's session a little early since Leaf left and it screwed up all the cameras.